The idea of living in Europe always sounded amazing to me. Cobblestone streets, cozy cafes, beautiful architecture, trains that take you to a new country in 2 hours. What's not to love? But then I looked at the prices in Paris or Amsterdam and, yeah, my budget started crying. So I started digging. There had to be places in Europe where you could live well without spending a fortune. And guess what? I found 5 cities in countries that are often overlooked, but absolutely worth your attention. They're affordable, safe, beautiful, and still have all the modern comforts you'd expect. Let me tell you what I discovered about Croatia, Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Czech Republic, and Latvia. Šibenik, Croatia, coastal living without the crazy price tag. Most people have heard of Dubrovnik or Split. Beautiful? Definitely. Expensive? Also yes. But then I came across a smaller coastal city called Šibenik, and wow, what a find. Šibenik sits right on the Adriatic Sea and has everything you'd want in a Mediterranean town. Sunny weather, stone buildings, outdoor markets, and sea views that look like a postcard. But the real magic? It's way cheaper than the big-name cities. On average, you can live here for around $800 a month as a single person. That includes rent, utilities, food, and some entertainment too. What I like about Šibenik is that it's not crowded with tourists all year. It has more of a local, authentic vibe. There's history here. Old churches, narrow alleys, fortresses with views of the bay. And if you want nature, there are beaches and national parks nearby. English isn't spoken everywhere, especially among older locals, but younger people and folks working in hospitality usually speak at least basic English. It's a good idea to learn a few Croatian phrases if you're staying long-term. If you dream of living by the sea, enjoying slow mornings and beautiful sunsets, Šibenik might be your spot. Durrës, Albania, seaside life on a budget. This place completely surprised me. I didn't know much about Albania before, but Durrës quickly became one of my favorite discoveries. It's only about 30 minutes from Tirana, the capital, but it feels like a whole different world. There's a long, sandy beach, clear blue water, and a relaxed pace of life. People come here to sunbathe, swim, and chill. And the cost of living? Crazy low. You can live comfortably on $1,000 a month, and that's including rent, food, and transport. The city has been growing quickly in recent years. There are more cafes, restaurants, and even shopping centers now. Internet is solid, and there's a decent amount of digital nomads who pass through during the warmer months. One thing to know, English isn't super common outside tourist areas, but it's getting better. Younger people are more likely to speak it. Still, learning a few words of Albanian goes a long way. If you want Mediterranean views and warm weather without the high cost, Durrës is a strong contender. Let me take you a little more inland, to Sarajevo. This is the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and honestly, I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. Sarajevo is unlike any other European capital. It feels like East meets West, with Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and Yugoslav influences all mixed together. You'll find mosques next to churches, old bazaars near modern cafes. It's incredibly rich in culture and history, but also very affordable. You can live here for under $800 a month. Rent is cheap, food is fresh and local, and public transportation is affordable and easy to use. The city is surrounded by mountains, so if you love hiking or skiing, it's ideal. There's also a growing number of expats and remote workers, many of whom work online and enjoy the low cost of living. The pace of life here is slower, in a good way. People take their time with meals and coffee. It feels peaceful. Sarajevo may not be for everyone. It has a complicated history, and the scars from the 1990s war are still visible. But the people are warm, and the city is healing and moving forward. If you're looking for an affordable European capital that's rich in soul, Sarajevo is worth a serious look. Now let's head north to the Czech Republic, but not to Prague. I'm talking about Brno, the country's second largest city. Brno is a student city, home to 13 universities and tens of thousands of international students. That means it has a young, vibrant energy and lots of cool cafes, co-working spaces, cultural events, and green parks. It's a little more expensive than the cities I mentioned earlier, but still very manageable. You can live in Brno for around $1,400 a month. That includes rent, groceries, utilities, and going out a few times a week. And if you share an apartment or live a bit outside the city center, it can be cheaper. One big bonus. English is widely spoken, especially by younger people and in business or academic settings. That makes daily life much easier. Brno also has a good transportation system, excellent healthcare, and strong infrastructure. It's clean, safe, and has a good mix of old-world charm and modern comfort. And because the Czech Republic is right in the center of Europe, traveling is super easy. You can hop on a train and be in Vienna, Bratislava, or Budapest in just a few hours. If you want a European city that feels fresh and creative, but also organized and efficient, Brno is a great pick. Last but not least, let's talk about Riga, the capital of Latvia. This city sits right on the Baltic Sea, and while it doesn't get as much attention as cities like Stockholm or Helsinki, it has a lot to offer. Riga has beautiful Art Nouveau architecture, big open parks, and a vibrant cultural scene. It's a bit colder than the other cities on this list, but it's also very cozy. Think warm cafes, old bookstores, and walks along the river in the snow. The cost of living is still quite affordable. You can live here on around $1,000 to $1,200 a month. Rent is cheaper than in Western Europe, and you can find apartments in the city center without breaking the bank. English is widely spoken, especially among younger people and in professional settings. Latvia has a high literacy rate and strong education system, and Riga feels very international. Another bonus? Latvia is part of the European Union and the Schengen area, so traveling is easy. And even though Riga is a capital city, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's big enough to have everything you need, but small enough to feel homey. If you like a more northern, peaceful vibe, with snowy winters and cozy atmospheres, Riga might be your dream city. So, 5 cities, 5 countries, and 5 very different lifestyles. Šibenik, Croatia, small, sunny, and perfect for seaside lovers. Durrës, Albania, warm, friendly, and super affordable. Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, full of character and culture, with low costs and rich history. Brno, Czech Republic, smart, creative, and well-connected in the heart of Europe. Riga, Latvia, calm, northern charm with a European capital's benefits at a better price. Each place has its pros and cons. It really depends on what you're looking for. Beaches or snow, small town or student city, ancient history or modern convenience. But what they all have in common is value for money, a good quality of life, and unique experiences you just won't get in the more famous and expensive European cities. If you've been dreaming of moving abroad but thought it was out of reach, maybe one of these spots could be your next home.